Welcome, people.
Welcome, people.
Oh my, seriously, man, that just threw me off. Honestly, I was like, "What?"
That was the aim, right? Wasn't it?
Am I overhearing myself or what? But anyways, you know what? You're a clown for doing that. You are absolutely a clown for
I'm gonna leave you to do your intro.
Nah, man, I'm done. On this occasion, I'm done. Thank you so much for joining us, people. As you can tell, even my co-host is trying to throw me off. Coronavirus is doing a lot of crazy nonsense to people. Okay, thank you so much for joining us. It's going to be another lovely episode. Another welcome to the Wahaala Boys, the Wahaala podcast. Yeah, that's my intro. Now, that's what we're doing today. What are we doing today?
Well, you just gotta be like,
Oh, you threw me off. Like, that was a throw. Like, you know what they say? Throwback Thursday, throwback Wednesday, throwback intro. You threw me off. Like, I didn't even know where that came from. I thought I was hearing myself double.
At times these things happen anyway.
I mean,
right.
you got to find some things that are fun, right?
Hey, we're living in that era now, man.
They've quarantined us right now.
I said we're living in that era now that, you got to throw away the idea that you're a grown-ass person and just find a way to, have fun anyway.
I do that every day. I don't know what you're talking about. I do that every single day of my life.
In China, even like they said that the divorce rate went like boom. In the US, it's happening.
But what do people expect though?
What do you mean?
Analyze it critically. Analyze it. What do you think was going to happen?
I actually thought people just hump a lot more.
But humping, all right, put it this way: you married,
yeah,
right? Or you have a girlfriend, or you have a fiancé. How much time do you actually think you people spend together? To be honest, and I'm saying let me finish what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're a responsible person that has a job or some sort of place you go to, like for example, not even a job. Like right now, you can't even go to your friend's place, like because everybody's quarantined. Okay, so right now,
true,
who you stuck with is who you stuck with. Do you understand that? Like,
shout out to all the side chick girls that are not getting some at the moment.
Hey, because most of these so-called side chick that has a man that's got another woman, that man is stuck with that woman right now. So, and that side chick,
God can't move.
You know what I mean? And that side chick is stuck with just or whatever it is, or wherever.
Whatever situation they've got going anyway.
So yes, the situation for you. Then. What did you think was gonna happen? Like,
well,
if you stuck with your wife, who, for example, your scenario, you have a side chick, okay?
Yeah.
You have a wife, right? You now stuck with your wife away from your side chick.
So?
Which your side chick was a form of release, right? So you go home with your wife.
No, not necessarily.
But that's why why else would you go out there and be eating out? Why would you do that? If it's not because you like your situation at home, but your situation at home sometimes could be too much. So therefore,
sometimes some of us are just greedy.
Yeah, this is exactly my point. So
it's not like the house is too much.
Yeah, but anyway. Why would you want two for the price of one? Because
you like a bargain.
Okay then. So in this particular scenario, which is quarantine moment, are you getting your bargain?
But it's
okay. So if you're not getting,
you're not gonna be mad about that.
Well, it's not about being mad. Like you're dealing with people here. Like so, whatever you can it could be maybe when you walk home sometimes you forgot to buy salt. Something's very simple. You forgot to buy salt. Before the quarantine, you could have gone. You're stressing too much. I'm going out. I'll buy this salt for you. Then you go away. You don't come back for 3 hours. What happened in that 3 hours? Well, you use 30 minutes to buy the salt. So that's 30 minutes to go buy the salt and go home. But it's all 2 other half hours you with your side chick, releasing the stress of whatever that is. So when you get home, it's like all fresh again. But this time, you forgot to take away the bowl, whatever. But you can't go out to release that stress. You're at home. And this lady, and you also, I'm a man of macho. It's going to lead to some, I think we need to spend some time away from each other right now. Permanently.
Well, let's put it this way, right?
So obviously the divorce is going to
go it's only happening. It seems like it's happening. It happened in China, and it's kind of bubbling up in the US, but it's not happening in my country. Anyway. As a matter of fact, because we're talking about what's out there. I mean, I don't know.
You don't know that because majority of the stats that come out of places that where we come from, they're never real. They're never true.
Whatever. You're starting to sound like those people that are going, Africans have probably higher, coronavirus than anywhere in the world.
I'm not starting to sound like that. I'm basically one of those people that subscribe to that.
Oh, okay. Well, I said I'm not having that conversation.
No, it's not. But I'm not saying we should have that conversation because you brought it up.
I didn't bring that up. I just gave you some stuff about what's happening in China,
in Ghana or Nigeria. It's probably not going to be high because we don't believe in divorces anyways.
We don't. Nowadays, I told you.
Culturally, we don't.
Dude.
Culturally, we don't.
Nowadays, people don't care.
Oh, no. Culturally, we don't. Because if we do, we won't have strong marriages.
We don't have any strong marriages. A lot of marriages are not as strong as you think.
Yeah, but
even in your Lagos, we've had this conversation before. In Lagos, I pulled out the stats for you, and it was a lot.
Yeah, but not
it was a lot.
America, China,
it was the same. Among the same. We
could do it again.
I'm not gonna go. Google is people's friend. They can go check it out. It was that bad that especially in Lagos, they started trying to tell the churches to actually intervene in how much divorce rates was happening between the 25 people and the 35 people.
The churches have always been intervening.
Not really, because that's why nowadays.
What do you mean not really? That culturally, when you go to a particular church, right? There's a high possibility of chances that you're going to marry in that church. If you don't marry in that church, there's a high possibility of wherever you get married to, whether the man or the woman, end up going to that church. It's always been a part of our culture.
But when I say intervene, as you said, if I come to your church because I married you, when I want to divorce, I don't need to come back to that church anyway. And people are not going to the church to see. That's what they do. So it's not like
it's not even about the church.
The point was
divorce is a big deal in Africa because it's like something that's frowned upon.
No, it's for all that. I'm telling you, a lot has changed anyway. Look, if your Schwarzenegger has been divorced, there's enough people that are divorced out here anyway. Juliet Ibrahim, I can give. There's enough. What do you mean they're wayward?
In our society, we call them wayward, and the reason why they're able to get away with it,
DK, Enyedo, they're all out here.
It's because they're celebrities, but do not get it twisted.
I'm talking about normal people. There's a lot of normal people.
Do not get it twisted. When they go to their family, one of those family gatherings and stuff, you don't want to know what kind of backlash they're facing from getting divorced. You don't want to know that.
But the point I'm trying to make is people don't care anymore. Something, forget what backlash is.
About people don't care anymore. What was the last time you went to Ghana? Because I
was in Ghana in November anyway. I was in Ghana in November.
Well, maybe you went only to Accra, the places, the posh areas where everywhere look like London nowadays.
But anyway, the thing is, if Yashua Schwarzenegger was actually, saying that all the side chicks and the people that are struggling from the lack of the bedroom action because they lack a man or a woman in the house, they should just contact her and she'll hook them up.
Hook them up how?
What do you mean how?
How? I don't understand, because the whole point of quarantine is not to meet each other. So you're going to hook them up. What do you want them to do? What have you got specially planned? That's the whole point of quarantine. Not to meet or do anything. It doesn't mean we can't conversate. It just means we can't physically be present with each other.
Basically, she's going to hook up. She's going to hook up.
Hook up to what?
To a D or a P. If you need one, I don't know. I'm here marketing too.
Well, if you go,
I'm just saying what she's got.
If you're gonna tell the news, look, tell it all the way.
I'm telling it all the way. It's like somebody saying you need drugs. I can hook you up. You can't ask me where they're getting the drugs from. I don't know where they're getting the drugs from. Yeah, I can only tell you that you want drugs. There's a guy to go to.
Basically talking like a whole lot of shenanigans.
Not necessarily.
The whole point of quarantine
drugs
is not to be physically.
Drugs are illegal with people, right? Drugs are illegal in most countries. So people hook you up. So quarantine.
You can't relate this to drugs.
Why not? So that means you can find a way to smuggle the person into your home.
I'm trying to explain this to you.
Okay, go on.
The whole point of quarantine is so you and the person that you don't know have it, or the person that don't know you have it, don't meet each other. All right? So if this lady is telling you, if you haven't got the D or the P, don't worry, I'll hook you up. Well, I have to be physically present for that to happen.
Yes,
both sides. But so therefore, that's no longer quarantine. And if that's the case, then the whole idea of hooking me up is nullified because I can go get it. It's not like I'm starving for it. But I just can't go meet my side chick right now.
Yes, but the point. But the point is.
So what are you talking about?
That's what. Okay, hold on.
Or you gonna get my side chick
again? Let's just use the drug.
Like 8 months before now.
Let's use the drug as an example for what we're talking about.
You can. It doesn't apply.
Yes. It's illegal in the country to do drugs, right? Hold on.
Okay.
Let's listen to it.
What are you? Yeah. Okay.
Now you can't go physically to Colombia to get one.
Okay. Okay, yeah,
Alright?
okay, cool.
And cocaine is not being grown in Nigeria.
Okay, cool. I'm still following you.
You get some drug dealer that goes, I know you want the coke, right? The authorities don't want you to have it.
Okay.
Of course, the authorities are saying you have to be quarantined. You get it. You want to stay at home. But this is what I'm going to do for you. All right.
I'm going to bring the drugs to you.
You don't have to go through the risk. You don't have to go out there. Have you seen the police? How the soldiers are actually treating people outside?
There's sense in that, though. I can't disagree with what you just said.
So you're gonna risk it by soldiers? Have you seen how the soldiers are being people on the street?
What I'm trying to tell you, Nana. Like, there's a fundamental flaw to what you're saying.
Which is,
with the drug, I won't get coronavirus from having cocaine in front of me. I won't get coronavirus from sniffing cocaine.
But how are you gonna get coronavirus?
If I get in contact with somebody that may or may not have it, and I have a high risk of getting coronavirus.
But that's where your hookup comes in. How do you know she's not testing these people before she hook you up with them?
Oh, so you want to trust her that she's able to do the test?
She's providing a service.
Well, if you want to die,
what do you mean die?
Yeah,
she's providing a service. So it's up to you anyway.
She's making absolutely no sense.
I saw this video.
So
you're just a hater.
No, it's not about hating. It's about logically telling you what she's saying is stupid. That's just what it is.
How is it stupid?
Because
you want some D, I can hook you up. I don't see how that is stupid anyway.
I'll tell you why it's stupid. And I've already told you. But I can tell you again because, you know, it's all right if you don't understand it because you just want to say whatever you want to say to make yourself feel good. It's not whether you don't have it, you can't get this or not. It's the fact that getting this right now is not advisable for you because if you get it, you might end up getting it with something else called coronavirus. So whether she hook you up or you go get it from wherever it is you're getting it from before, there's a high chance you get coronavirus. So why would you listen to her? You're not starving for this stuff because you don't have it. You're starving from it because you have to stay away from getting it. That's the difference right now. What are you talking about? So this lady says she's going to hook you up how? Unless she's got a test that she does in front of you to go, this person doesn't have it, so let her come through or let him come through. And then in that case, I'll say, well, let me just send it to my side chick and let her get tested. Because at least I know there's only coronavirus that she doesn't have because I already know she doesn't have HIV, she doesn't have syphilis, she doesn't have gonorrhea, she doesn't have all this stuff. Am I supposed to trust whatever hookup you're giving me that apart from coronavirus, they don't have HIV, they don't have gonorrhea, they don't have syphilis, they don't have all the other sexual transmitted diseases that I can get.
Look, all I was trying to say is, I tell you, there's no divorce thing in Ghana.
She's a doctor, right?
There's a video of this woman that she's actually going to open her shop, even though it's quarantine season, because she's like, her man is killing her with a P. Like, I was trying to say with a D anyway. Like, because like she wakes up and it's right there. She'll be asleep and it's right there. And it's like, she's like, well, I'm out here, cooking for this guy and then just, letting him lay on top of me. I can't take it. The government should, because they increased the lockdown by another week. And
I think they're even going to increase it for more.
The government should cut down on that bullshit, right? or if they're gonna do that, then they should put an order about how many times you can have sex with your partner. At least once a week, at most.
But I don't think people understand this.
People don't give a shit.
I don't think they get it. They're blaming the government for something the government trying to do to save their lives. I don't think they get it. Like, you can go out there, it's fine though. You don't have to listen to the government.
Yeah, but
you can go out there.
In Tunisia, they actually made it like manslaughter. If you pass it on by going outside and you pass it on to somebody else.
That's overkill. Manslaughter. That's overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can go out there if you've got it. It doesn't mean people that don't have it should come out as well, right? Like, it's a choice. Going out is a choice. It's not like, you could not go out. Manslaughter.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about now. Anyway, but anyway, that's
but that's crazy.
That's enough side stories. Let's get to our main topic.
Like, seriously, like.
Yeah. Wow. So okay. while in China and the US divorce rates are going up, in Ghana, humping is going up and people are starting to run away from it. And people are actually making a business out of it by trying to start up a hookup, a hookup business. So it's about opportunities.
Yeah, all these things, divorce rate I get because, like if you quarantine with your wife, then chances are you guys will have some authentication that you never had before, and I'm gonna make that happen to go, okay, we need to get rid of each other. But then you can't get rid of each other until the quarantine is over anyways. So you stuck. you might discuss getting divorced, but I'm sorry, until the quarantine has been lifted, you're probably not going to be able to do anything about it. So chances are you might discuss divorcing each other, but in between the quarantine, you might end up realizing you still love each other and just stay together anyways. That's fine. but talking about the fact that you need to hook people up and getting people to come and meet them because they have no form of getting this stuff is kind of stupid. The whole point of staying away is so you don't get it. That's the point of staying away.
But then if people are tested, then they haven't got it, then so good, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you would assume, and then what
you're not assuming they got tested.
What you do at that point is you bring them over to you, or you go there and you just stay there, and then your situation will end up being the situation of the woman that says, "Listen, I'm gonna go push up, right? Because this man is killing me with this crap." And that's just women. Some men are probably complaining as well too that we don't know about. Like, lady, come on, man. We've only done it twice already. What's your problem? Some men are probably complaining as well. Except they don't want to complain about sex. They probably complain about the other stuff. Like the cooking, the cleaning, the driving them annoying, the annoying things that the women say and stuff like that. We are facing it. We all in the same boat.
It's all messed up.
We are all in the same boat.
Who same boat? Africans.
All right, cool. I mean, I don't know what else we can say about that. The point is, like,
it is what it is.
Whatever you do, however you
gotta do you anyway. That's what's important. That's what's important anyway.
Just do you.
But back to this this thing that started off as a little tip and has now turned into a big problem. What? So after Shatta dropped his diss track,
if you can call it that,
yeah.
If you can call it diss track,
hater. But anyway,
talk about Sarkozy has no money. Is there what did he say was doing? Is there boring or what?
He said he stole a car and all this other thing. He hasn't got a pool and whatnot. But other people got involved, like
other people got involved.
Yeah, Asem, like
wait, but Wahaala. This is not a beef though, right? Like, I mean, this is a joke. Sarkozy released a track about a year ago or something like that. It took Shatta a year to reply, and it's not even a strong reply. And now what? He's going to turn into what now? Like, so it's every year we're going to have some beef that...
Hey, there's another rapper.
This quarantine is making people
who's currently living abroad, also try to throw jabs or try to,
What, to Sarkozy or Shatta?
Of course, to Sark, Of course. Everybody aims for the kid to trend, innit? So, or that's how it felt like.
Sark is the king. It's not the king.
Everybody knows he's the king.
King of what?
King of the music industry. King of rappers, at least. In Ghana.
Sark might be the best that's come out of Ghana.
Yeah, but that's what we're talking about. We're talking about Ghana.
It's not the king of Because
so what would you give the
what would you use to say you need to have this and this and this and this and this for you to be a king of this industry? Because anyone can say anything.
If every track you drop,
yeah,
if you lead conversations.
Lead conversation, Shatta does that.
No, but I'm not talking. When I say lead conversation,
when you say lead conversation, Shatta
I'm talking about music. No, music leading conversation. Shatta is not. As a matter of fact, most of his tracks goes and like most of the tracks nobody cares. So I'm talking about music.
Then say this, right? Say the king of rap. Period. Don't say the king, because when you say the king, that's too ambiguous. Because king of rap, we can give it to Sark as in Ghana.
King of music in Ghana.
No, it's not a king of music. I'm sorry.
What are you going to give to it?
Shatta's got more clout than Shatta. I'm sorry.
Shatta's got more clout than Shatta.
Yeah,
okay.
I hate to say that. No, I'm telling you, when you say king of music, because at that point, you're not talking about rap. You're talking about music as a whole.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you this, right? Shatta's got more clout than Sarkozy when it comes to that. But when you come to when it comes to other accolades, like what you were about to say earlier, when you drop all you got
to do is go look at Shatta's last track, Low Tape. Look at Sark's, just this track that he dropped, Sub-Zero. That the numbers tells you.
What are you talking about? Don't do that. Don't do that. Because now what you're talking about, you're no longer talking about music anymore.
What am I talking about? It's music.
You're talking about battle.
These are two tracks that were dropped by people.
No, music is not just battle rap though. It's not just beef tracks. Music is entirely the whole catalog of what you as an artist can present. Right?
Yes.
And I'm telling you, Shatta songs, be it bubblegum music or whatever you want to call it.
You saying they're bigger than Sark songs?
I'm not saying that.
Are you mad?
I'm not actually. I'm saying that, but I'm not. The way you just said it kind of make it look like it's very trivial.
Dude, you need praise.
What you do?
How you measuring this?
Numbers,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could do that. You could look at the numbers.
Just look at the numbers.
Yes, you could look. If you look at the numbers, it will tell you.
Don't get it twisted.
It will tell you that Sark got more hits than Shatta anyway. Everybody that follows the Ghanaian music scene knows Sark has got more hits than Shatta.
Okay, so are you gonna tell me? Let's break it down. Who's got more money? Who's got more money?
We don't know. The reason I say we don't. No. Look, the fact that one of them, is happy to go. I got this and I got that and I got that.
Fine. Let's not even go into that. But don't do that. But you want to stick. You want to say we don't know. Fine.
Because we don't know what
we don't know what we don't know because there's no fob leads or fob.
Yes, that's what it is.
Fine. Okay, we could pack more crowd. We also don't know.
Sark.
Oh my God. In Ghana, I'm talking.
Yes, go look at the Rapaholic here. Shatta puts on his Nima show at the end of the Christmas, right? Sark also put up his Rapaholic. Go look at the numbers let's see, what happens.
We'll let the orders decide. Okay, so we don't know who has more money. You think
at worst it's equal. At worst,
okay, it's equal. Okay, fine. At what equal in what sense? So you would say Sark packs more crowd, but at worst, we could say it's equal. Is that what you're saying? Because I would go, Shatta packs more crowd, but at worst is equal. Meaning, Sark is behind him. So let's not say at worst is equal. But that's what you want to say. Fine. So money, packing more crowd. Who is more influential in the country?
Sark. Everybody knows it. Okay, nobody takes Shatta serious.
SM movement.
Nobody takes them serious.
Nation.
Yes. Look. Let me tell you this here.
Let's not.
This how influential Sark is, right? Shatta
in the rap. No, you have to.
We're talking about just I'm saying we're talking about just the music industry. Like, look at this here.
When was the last time Shaq released it? Sarkodie. When was the last time he released a track?
There's 2 weeks ago.
What's the track about?
Sub-Zero. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, but what's the track about? I know the name of the song. What is it about?
It's a diss track.
Okay, so stop. It's a diss track to who?
To Asem.
Okay.
Shatta.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'll let you finish.
I think another two or three other artists.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool.
But Jane was gonna be.
Before that, what did you drop?
Before that, he dropped the and I drove with him. Can Promise. That was like a week ago.
Okay,
that's a week before that.
Before that, what did you drop?
I don't know. Like I could tell you before he was being.
Okay, stop. So you don't know. So
okay, wait. We can do the same. I can ask you the same thing about Shatta. Last week, what did you drop? You don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I don't
know.
So
asking me that is a bit irrelevant.
I don't know, but I can find out. Just like
of course, the same way. So it's irrelevant. You're asking me that.
2 years or 3 years ago,
Shatta
Sarkodie was non-existent in the music industry. Right?
Yes, he was.
He wasn't. It was the guy that was trying to push his artist. It wasn't really dropping records, right? It wasn't dropping records. It was the guy that everyone was going, what's going on with Shaq? What's going on with Shaq?
Why is that relevant?
I'll tell you why it's relevant. Because even when Shatta Wale doesn't release track, his name doesn't get forgotten in the music industry because he always finds something to do. He always has something that's going on.
But who said Sark was forgotten anyway?
Sark was forgotten.
How is he forgotten? He wasn't.
No, it was. And I'll tell you why I say he was forgotten. If you're talking about rap, if you're talking about...
Let's not make this about.
I'm explaining. No, but you started. You started this
because what are you talking about? You're not giving any facts to back up your argument. You just
I'm not giving any facts right now, but we can definitely, because I have a bunch of facts, but I just don't want to say things that are not true. We can definitely go and research and come back with both our facts. Don't get me wrong. Who is the better musician? 100% Sark, no doubt, no joke. Sark, you will give Sark because Sark will release 10 tracks and probably most of them will not be meaningful, just a dance song. Sark will release one track and you will go, wow, that's powerful. But when you're talking about king of music, you gotta be careful who you give that to. You can't just give king of music to somebody because he can release a track that makes sense. No, he's the king of rap. Yes, in Ghana, hands down. But when you're talking about music as in general, be very careful
when you take everything into consideration, what makes music, what the influence that it comes with and everything. Shatta can't even lace. That's how bad it is. Shatta can't even lace the boots of Sark. That's how bad it is.
Let's not. We just made it about Shaq
and that's why I said like let's not do that because if you're gonna if you go and you put that whole catalog, you put their whole careers on the line, the only thing that you can the only thing we can say is Shatta is a senior. He came in earlier, and that's the only thing we can give to him. Apart from that, as a matter of fact,
to do with that.
I said if you break it down, and
if you look at the catalogs of work. That's what it's got to do with. If you look at the catalog,
but that's what I'm saying. Work, and if you do that, then Shatta can lace the boots of Sark. That's how bad it gets.
I think you're emotional with this.
I'm not.
I think you are
because, as a matter of fact, I'm not even a Sark fan.
No, but you sound like you are because I'm
fact is fact. Like the person I prefer, right? The person I prefer, no,
guaranteed.
There's 3 rappers
and Shatta
between. I think both of them, take advantage of the public. I don't like both of them.
What?
Between them, I don't give a shit about both of them. That's basically what I'm driving at.
It looks like
because when it goes to dancehall, what I'm saying is like, if I take that two genres, right, when you go to dancehall, I'm more of a Stone Boy fan, personally. If you come to rap, I got 3 rappers that I prefer. I prefer, Manifest, because I think Manifest is a better rapper than Sark. It's just the one who's already, like, how should I put it? Like when let's say you compare Quality to, who can I even think of now? Let's say Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy sell more records than Tyler Quality. But I'm just saying.
No, that's
I'm saying.
Don't do that. It means you don't know what music is.
There's not.
When you do that. Soulja Boy and Tali Police.
Who sells more records?
You could talk about
who sells more records.
You could talk about comparing Soulja Boy and maybe Bow Wow. I can give you that.
The point I'm trying to make, who sells more record?
That's who sells more record.
That's all I was trying to compare to.
Yeah, but
so I'm saying
that's what please don't do that. You can talk about Talib Kweli Consequence. You can even talk about Talib Kweli Kanye West. Old Kanye West, though, not new one.
The point I'm trying to make
but you can't say Talib Kweli and Soulja Boy.
What I'm trying to say is when
you, that guy?
Yeah, what I'm saying is when it comes to skills and those kind of stuff and the way we play with words and those kind of...
I don't care how many records Soulja Boy is. I don't care if he's the king of God knows whatever it is he's the king of. There's no way you can come in Soulja Boy and Talib Kweli and call that a conversation.
That's not
Nah, you can't. Nah, please don't.
As you said, so the same way I prefer Manifest because I think Manifest got mad skills. Now, if you take Manifest away as a rapper, the other rapper that I like, and funny enough, his music don't even get that much views.
Because it's not good.
It's Rockstone. No.
It's not Rockstone. It's not well-rounded. Being an artist.
Then you don't.
An artist, we need to define this and let people understand it.
Then you haven't looked at Rockstone's,
let me tell you,
catalog of work.
No. Listen, you could be a very good lyricist, but it doesn't make you a good rapper. Okay, it doesn't make you a good rapper. It means
Sark himself knows he's not a better rapper than Reggie. Anyway.
You're not listening to me. I'm not talking about Sark and Manifest right now. I'm just talking about the fact that we all need to understand the categories we're putting these guys in, and then understand what accolades you need to have.
Anyway,
to be in that
the point is, I'm only telling you.
Be a good lyricist.
It doesn't matter. I'm telling you what I like.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying to you.
So I think let me say why.
Hold on. You can tell me what you like because that's your preference, and that's great. But don't compare Talib Kweli and
I've moved past that.
I'm just saying that's great.
That seems to have rubbed you the wrong way, didn't it?
I'm telling you, because like you rubbish in the genre here by just doing that. I like Soulja Boy. Well, I mean, I like him, but I like him in his space.
The Ghana's version of Soulja Boy is Patapa.
I think Soulja Boy is better than Patapa. That's how bad it is.
I said Ghana's version. Like if you're looking at the Ghana rap game, the closest to Soulja Boy is Patapa. The only thing is he ain't got a business sense like Soulja.
Patapa is like on his own. Okay, like you can't compare him to anybody. He's on his own. And I don't think that guy's gonna last. But I want him to make me eat my words. I want him to last.
But he's been around for over 2 years now. People do forget that.
No, that's nothing. That's like yesterday. It needs
to be around like for 10 yesterday.
Years and we'll go, oh boy.
Dude, did how many rappers have come and gone within a year? And they came with even hotter songs and stuff like that.
No, than him. Tell me what I'm talking about,
But anyway, I've told you, like, it's Manifest. So if in no particular order anyway.
Yeah, but
so it's Manifest, Reggie, Reggie Rockstone, and then one of the rappers that he's retired, but I still rate him very, very high.
Because you like him. It's fine, it's your preference. It's cool.
Lord
There's
Kenya.
nothing wrong with that.
Look,
like I got my
for somebody to be able 5 years in a row drop the #1 album 5 years in a row back to back. Nobody in the whole country has ever done, even the kind so-called.
What year was that?
From 2000 to 2005.
Okay, so for you to
and he retired, he said he's seen God. Yeah, if he hadn't seen God, I think he still would have dominated.
Yeah, like this is what I mean.
He's a pastor now.
That's what you like, and that's fine. But for you to say that and think that's an achievement, you gotta understand what that means, because you said 2000.
Yeah,
and 2005.
Between that period, yeah.
That period, the scene of music in Africa.
I'm talking about Ghana.
I'm bringing this down. The scene of music in Africa is still trying to get formed. Like at this point, rapping is just like whatever. Like at this point, we're still consuming and liking the international music. So it is at this point we can say, our own people are now starting to do it. So I could understand why a person that's like a unicorn, meaning he can do it like the international song, will release an album back to back and will be the best for 5 years. I can understand that. And because there's no competition.
But you see the difference. And again, there's because the difference about what you're saying, and that's where, because there's somebody that I took time.
That's what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying.
Hold on.
So I'm not trying to rubbish you.
Forget what I like. I'm talking about, because it's also a genre I like. The point is, when that came in 1999, when Hip Life came in, Ghana was more of a high life, situation.
It doesn't matter.
No, it matters. The point I'm trying to make to you is
no.
I'm talking about the public. So for the public, from old to young, to accept you. I'm not talking about the whole genre of music. To accept you, and you come in and you dominate. You outsell even these high life artists. And on top of that, how's it gonna happen?
I give it
now. Rap don't sell shit.
No, I'll give it because we now know what it is.
No, now we got whack rappers. Those days, from 99 up to 2010. I'm actually being fair. No, as a matter of fact, if the current rappers, right, you can't even count 5 of them that are good.
Because you're not being fair.
How am I not being?
I'm telling you, you're not being fair. If you let me explain to you, I'll tell you why.
Go on.
When you first get into the gate and you'll get accepted, you seem to be like, you will be the first one, like Jesus. You'll be like, wow, somebody's arrived. Wow, we can also do this. Wow, this is what it is. And at that point, you better be like, you better be like 150% better than whatever is out there to start with anyways, before anybody can accept you. So of course you're going to be like extremely good, like dope, like you have to be. Otherwise, people are just gonna go, yeah, he's trying, whatever. So at that point, for you to be able to break through, you gotta be the best, especially when what you're doing is being done internationally and it's been accepted. I mean, you're talking about Tupac, 1999. Yeah. About Tupac, Biggie. Mm-hmm. You're talking about.
Well, Pac was his inspirations. They used to cut off his hair, so.
Yeah, you exactly. So you're talking about Biggie, Tupac. You're talking about what, Wu-Tang Clan. I could give you list of people. You're talking about what,
DMX.
Outkast. Talking about DMX. Talking about what. What's the group? Jada Kids. Where you have like proper, like people can go. Yeah, you in Ghana, but whatever. So you got to be at the top of your game to be able to use the local language, say, like, be witty and everything, for people to be able to go, wow, that's hey, this is one of us. We're proud of you. So obviously you are going to be good, because I'm sure it's not the only one at that era that was doing that. Of course, but it was the only one that everyone went, wow, this is crazy. We now have something.
Obrafo was around at that time, and Obrafo was also dope at that time. We had Tic Tac, we had Reggie,
Tic Tac was just a musician. He wasn't really a rapper like that.
No, he started off as a rapper.
Yeah, but he wasn't good. That's why he became.
No, it's good. He just found his own way of doing things.
Go into whatever that.
What the hell is?
I'm just saying to you, like, because you trying to take it away. No, I'm not. I mean, he did the song with Tony Tetrula. We all understand.
Of course, that was a huge. That's one of the biggest songs ever for collab anyway.
Yeah, but it's like a song that was known, but. What else? There's nothing in there.
What do you mean
there's nothing in there? But you I don't want to digress. Let me just finish what I'm saying. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you now,
the beauty of a woman.
Yeah, of course. I love this song. Like, that's a classic. But let's
not mistake
classic stuff for the fact that it was good. Because what I'm trying to point out to you is this, right? What you were saying about Manifest is exactly what we had in MI. When MI first came out in Nigeria, like when it did, they'll call me MI. Like, we all went ballistic. Because before that, they were rappers. They were rappers. But we all thought, yeah, whatever. They were musicians. We all thought whatever. Like, no one can really do that. But when MI hit the scene and it dropped wittiness, dropped lyrics, and it didn't look like it was an American, Nigerian rapper. It was a Nigerian rapper, period. Like, it did everything that we all saw in the so-called Tupac Biggies or whatever. But it did it in the Nigerian way. You know, like, and for that reason, it's got our hearts till he dies. That's just what it is. Like, we look at him and we're like, boy. But people like that paved the way for the music industries that we now know in Ghana, Nigeria, to be this big. Before MI, they were the Plantation Boys. Two-Face has been singing way before MI.
Yeah, of course. I know.
Before MI, there were all the people. There was Blackface. There were all the rappers. But MI was the guy that brought everything to one. And we go, okay, it's not fake. It's real. Boy, and not only is it real, it's good. Not only is it good, he's saying things we can relate to. Not only is he doing that, he's giving us good music. Wow, this guy is 100% us. We took him and we ran away with him. And that made it easy for other people to be able to go, wow, if he can get accepted, I can do this and get accepted. Which is why you will talk about we have 5 rappers nowadays in Ghana that are not as good as Manifest. Because Manifest was the reason that other people in Ghana thought...
I'm talking about rock. Yeah, what's it called? Lord Kenya, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Lord Ken, exactly. The reason why we go, okay, I could also do like, nah. Okay, so if he could do it like that, and he could be accepted like that, and it's dope, how about if I take that small section of his and include it in mine and see how that goes? And Sarkodia. That's where that came from. Because he can't tell me, I don't know him personally, but if it's in front of me, he can't tell me he didn't look at these people and understood how they were doing.
Of course,
but
he gives more props to. But again, I said because Kenya retired quite early, and he had at most 6 years in the game.
But this is the thing.
And but he looks out more to a Bravo anyway.
It doesn't matter. The whole look. Come on, somebody had to have.
Yeah, of course.
Break it through, and those people broke it through, and then other people saw that. Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And based on that, this is what brings this industry, and this is what makes this industry unique. And so far, we kind of stopped because we haven't really been pushing the boundaries like we're supposed to.
Well, we've got Patapaya.
Yeah, exactly.
Pushing the boundaries.
We haven't pushed the boundaries like we're supposed to. Hence why we
pushing the boundaries.
Because we think Patapaya is an artist. It's not. Patapaya is like that's because I go high. Because you remember that song, Afro Man. That's the Patapaya.
I had a couple of hits. Okay,
of course, you had a couple of hits. That's how it was. But you don't. Afro Man was not going to tell you he's a musician. It was just the guy that smoked in the studio. I made it so fun.
No. Patapaya is a natural musician.
Yeah, of course. The guy.
Shout out to all the
he can't remember
soldiers.
He can't remember his own lyrics on stage. That's how bad.
It's only one time that happened to him anyway, and it wasn't on stage. It was a studio.
When you go,
it was an FM station.
When you go in the studio,
it was an FM station.
When you go into the studio and they play a song and you start speaking in tongues, obviously you're not going to remember it after a while.
that actually brings me to like this thing that's quite in part of Shatta rants on Facebook about this whole Sark dropping a Sub-Zero track and then all these people asking him about stuff, right?
Asking him about what?
Nah, about the Sub-Zero track, because he was interviewed on TV and he was not happy about it.
Right. Sark bodied the hell out of it.
That's not the point.
That's the point, though. Like, why else anybody ask you about? Have you heard Sub-Zero, Sark? That's what Sark did to you. Listen, what do you think about?
And then he blamed Reggie Rockstone for bringing rap into the country, and on top of that, he said rap hasn't done anything for anybody, and that's where
Reggie Rockstone for bringing rap into
hip life, because he's the one that made
blamed
it.
somebody for having a career that he has now.
Well, he's the dancehall artist.
Yeah, but you have to understand, like, if rap didn't come into the country...
Forget that. He used to be called Bandana.
No, it's not even that. If rap didn't come into the country, they won't dancehall, like, because hip life, or whatever you want to call it, paved the way for all the music genre.
And that's what Rockstone was trying to say, because Rockstone responded. And he was like, dude, you start with me as Bandana. And whenever you talk about being a senior to Sark, that's where you start your music career from. Because if you started from the dancehall artist,
I think he's
then
drinking his own Kool-Aid too much. That's what I think. I don't know what. Maybe he wants to be a messiah. I don't know what it's like. You don't go saying stuff like that. Like, you just don't. Like, if he did say that, maybe he didn't mean to. Maybe
Wait,
it was.
he said it twice. He said on TV, and then he went on his own Facebook Live,
maybe he's been
and
misquoted.
Wait,
Maybe he's been misquoted because I don't.
the guy's own mouth. This not. I didn't say somebody reported.
Where exactly did he say?
He said, rap hasn't done anything for anybody.
That's a lie, though. That's what, if he did say that's like,
yeah,
I think
it's like only 3 people are rich in the country. All the rap artists
only
are broke.
3 people are what now?
Only 3 musicians.
Okay, so what's the definition of Shatta Wale's rap, please? Because I need to know that. Like, is he talking about just lyrics, or is he talking about, because technically what he does is a rap. Like, he's rap. He's just
he's a dancehall artist. He says he's a dancehall artist, so he's not a rapper. He's a dancehall artist.
Okay, so would you call Jay-Z a rapper?
Yeah,
but Jay-Z's also an artist, though.
Yeah, but
would you call?
Yeah, but we're not talking about artists. We're talking about rappers. So a rapper can be it's like fingers, right? No. A thumb is a finger, but not all fingers are thumbs.
Yeah,
so
but
the point is,
what is rap in today's world? Because I think across the world, I don't think we have rappers anymore. I think we have artists. Because a rapper nowadays goes into a studio, gives you a rap song, and then gives you a chorus in it that looks like a singer's voice, but it's still his voice because he's rapping and singing. So we don't know what rap is anymore. Because technically, Shatta Wale, like you said, started as a rapper and then he transitioned.
Yeah, because he realized there's nothing good in rap.
But rap gave you the opportunity.
So it took him 10 years to cleanse himself of the rap demons to come back up,
He's chatting crap. If it's actually true that it's not misquoted, and that's what he's chatting crap, because rap gave you the opportunity to be where you were today. You started off as a rapper,
and that's why it took him 10 years to cleanse himself of the rap demons. He did. He's not a dancehall artist. Look, if you look at Shatta now, you can't compare it to Bandana. They are 2 different artists. That's the truth, then.
Because artists reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
Okay? It doesn't mean you all of it automatically forget where you started from, though. Because if you never, ever heard Reggie Rockstone, for example, or you've never heard, I don't know, let's even go international. You've never heard, say, I don't even know what the kind of artist Shatta Wale listen to be honest.
Well, but you see, that's why when Reggie was trying to school him, Reggie was talking about the fact that, look, dude, you're talking nonsense, right? Because thanks to this hip life, even the dancehall that you do, it was through hip life that we were able to do one of the biggest collab in West Africa, which was true. Beanie Man, Two-Face, Reggie Rockstone.
No, but but that's even trivializing the whole.
No, but the point is,
that's trivializing. That's just looking at a song, whatever. No,
the
point is, look, dancehall, all this other music that came out of that we now have today, is because he came, like, if you look at where rap, like what we consider hip hop, hip life, what you just said. Yeah. How did that came about? Was because we were all interested in the rap, whatever it was.
Somebody combined with the high life
genre of music out of that. Shatta Wale came out of that.
Yeah,
so him telling anybody that rap hasn't done nothing for anybody, bro, that's stupid. Because when we look at where you started from, it was because you were involved in rap, and rap got you to the stage where you are now. That's you benefiting from rap. What are you talking about? You might have reinvented yourself, and kudos, all the best. That's called creativity. You got creative. You had your own lane. But the reason why you had your lane, it was because there was a lane, and then you created your own. If there was no lane at all, you wouldn't even be on a lane. What are you talking about? And it's got nothing to do with music at this point. It's just got something to do with the fact that you looked at people that were doing it in Ghana, i.e. Reggie Rockstone, Manifest, all those people. Even, I don't care if it came before him. Even Sarkodia, I bet it was also one of your inspirations, okay? I don't care if it came before him. It's just what it was. So for him to say that, it's because the guy is drinking his own Kool-Aid. Like he's high on something, which is high on him being a celebrity of some sort. And he wants to say stuff, which is why I like Shatta Wale for. Like, he's always trying to find a way to be relevant.
But you see, and that brings me...
Which is what makes him an artist.
Well, I don't know about that. But like, that brings me to one of the other things that we need to talk about before we leave. And that's how these whole, back and forth is turning a bit violent anyway.
I told you this a long time ago in the fourth season that I hope it doesn't get here, because places we come from, the rules and regulations there is somewhat minuscule. Like, Like the police are not going to get involved in this if it doesn't.
Well, it's
plus because the police can be bribed. Okay,
police are bribed everywhere in the world. Anyway,
no, but it's a lot easier to bribe a police officer in Ghana than it is to bribe a police officer in America. Would you agree?
Not really.
Of course, no. Yeah. Of course, really. What do you mean, not really? You think anybody can bribe a police officer in
if you got the right money?
Again, do you think anybody can bribe a police
officer?
Well,
you think anybody can bribe anybody?
I've seen it with my own eye. Even if you have no license and you're just a normal individual, you can pass. Just give them some CDC. I was with you in Ghana. What are you talking about?
Let's not do that.
I was with you in Ghana.
I'm not gonna digress.
We saw it with our own eyes. So my point is this, right? I hope this doesn't get escalated to a stage where it becomes one of those things where it now gives negativity to the whole point of the music genre that we have in Africa. Because right now, a lot of people are benefiting from this.
Well, we don't want it to according to Shatta, nobody is anyway. It's only 3 people. We already
established that. He's trying a lot of nonsense. Like, I don't care. Look his house, look his stuff. Like, if you don't benefit from it.
He's saying, but that didn't come from rap.
Where did it come from?
It came from dancer.
What kind? Okay. Like, Shatta's, like, Shatta never lived a day in his life. Or maybe he's been there now because now he's rich or whatever it is. In Jamaica, right? We all know that, right?
Of course.
we all know that. Let's not get it twisted. Like, plus, whatever he's doing that is called dancehall, let's be flipping honest here, right? That has no basis in Ghana.
Of course.
But rap does. What Sark does has a basis in Ghana. Because what Sark is done is taking what's international and made it local. Mm-hmm. But Shatta hasn't done that. It basically took what's international and pretended to be that. And pretended that he's Jamaican. That's what he's doing. So then if he's saying rap has no, people don't benefit from rap. Uncle, the reason why you're able to do that is because the music that you're doing, a part of it is now being accepted. Because you have people like Sark you can thank for that. Because if there was nobody doing anything similar in that kind of music, in that kind of genre, that people go, oh, guess what? Oh, Sark, oh yeah, Reggie Rockstone and all these people, they do songs. So if Sark is a part of them, we're gonna accept it. Plus, if he makes the music nice, we're gonna accept it. Oh, here comes Shatta. Oh, great, Shatta. Oh, we love this guy because we have a Benin man that does something similar somewhere else. Oh, but he's one of us, though. I understand he speaks their language, but if he goes to a radio station, he can speak our language. We get him. So he's pretending to be one of those guys.
Pretending.
No, but it's true, though. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Like, does anybody else, apart from musicians, speak Patois in Ghana? Apart from the Rastafari that pretend to be. Because, like.
Yeah, man.
Does that even sound right? Coming out of a Ghanaian person's mouth. Yeah, man. Bam, back like. This is all right. But we accept it because of the genre that has been introduced to us, that we've made it local. So,
yeah, but that's why
he might say directly, because I think this is what Shatta is trying to say. So let me address it. It might be directly you're not being. This is not beneficial for you as a rapper, but indirectly you owe this genre everything you've got. Indirectly.
Yeah, but like a point is, I said that one was just nonsense. And because,
of course, so let's
you look at how many people are actually having a better life based on this music, or just the hip life, especially, Even Patapaz now moved from his village to Accra. He's got a car. He's humping a white girl. He claims he's moving up the scale.
Why'd you have to put a white girl in there? Like,
because he thinks he's arrived, isn't it?
Yeah, but
he arrived anyway. So
of course, he's arrived.
So it is what it is. So
as much as we like to think, it's not an artist or whatever, because it's not.
And even if you look at Sark, I always use Sark as an example. We saw Sark when he came in. We saw him, how hungry he looked.
Sark was twister.
No. I'm not talking about how fast he could run. I'm talking about his physical look. My guy look hungry. Like,
yeah, but that's what happens when you get money. You don't look hungry anymore.
Of course, now you eat. Of course. now he can make videos about the fact that he's stuck abroad and abroad is not good.
Wow, it's come a long way. When he used to dream about going to queue for visa.
My guy, probably even going to just go to the airport to just see plane.
But you know that's
come a long way anyway.
You know that's happened to most of us. We dream of getting something.
Dude, I remember,
we get it, we don't appreciate
it. I remember the guys, one of his biggest track those days was like dissing people living abroad.
Yeah, well, he's one
like
of those
bug and a day.
He's one of those people.
Like when we
I guess
come
his
from,
own rap applies to him now.
Yeah, when we come back from abroad and we act all big and stuff, you know.
Yeah, but it's still true. We still do that. No, that's still extremely relevant.
And anyone's out here dissing us and all this kind of stuff. But it is what it is. And it seems like we might not be able to. But, like, look, I want to just get a little bit into this anyway before we get off. On Shatta's Facebook Live, he did say a lot of stuff. Some of them kind of true, others not really.
Like, what's kind of true? They're not kind of true. Ignore that for a second. What do you think is kind of true?
What he said that is kind of true is, at least, even though it's a little bit entertaining, let me preface this. It's hypocritical that he's criticizing Sark for bringing out a diss track when he's already done it himself. And that was like less than a week ago. 2 weeks or whatever it is. I don't know when this thing comes up. No, but what I'm saying, so
it's true that he said though.
It's hypocritical. But the thing that is true is the fact that he's out here trying to create more awareness about the situation that's in the country, trying to help out and everything.
What situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's out here giving money. He's out here giving food. He's out here, creating awareness. Always, talking about.
How is he doing that? Because you need to be specific. You said it's true. I'm not saying.
No, he's going outside.
That's his truth. But why are you saying it's true? That's
because,
why I want to know.
Because
what
I've
did
seen
he say
it.
that you say?
No, I've seen him outside giving food and money to
so
people.
He wants to get coronavirus himself. That's good.
What the fuck are you on about?
They quarantine people, and he's going out there, and that's supposed to be something good that he's doing.
Shut up.
No,
anyway,
I'm just saying.
And then on his social media, every time he'll talk about the measures that you need to take. He's bringing awareness. Stay at home.
Really doing that.
Well, it doesn't mean as I always say.
Is he trying to use that to diss Sark or not? That's what I'm trying to find.
So that's all you're interested in.
I'm trying to find out what the truth is saying. You say
I just said no. So the truth is he's done stuff about this thing when it came out, and he's tried to be there for the people.
No, the truth That's the truth. The truth is he said out there what he's doing.
Because we've seen it.
There's some other people.
We've seen what he's done.
You've seen it because it's Shatta will always make you see stuff he's doing.
It doesn't matter if he hasn't done it. Then if I said I've been to Mars and haven't been there, and you haven't seen it, then at least you can say you haven't done that. We saw him put up the Faith concert. He said he was going to do it for the people. He did do that.
Okay, cool. But then you could have to.
We've seen him on his Facebook.
You could also do something without saying you're going to do it though.
That's true.
Okay, so
that's true.
If you believe that's true, then what makes you think?
But we still have to see the evidence.
What makes you think that this guy's truth is genuine? Because he's an artist.
I don't give a shit. To be honest, I don't even care whether it's genuine or not. So far as he's done it and the people have benefited off it, I don't care whether it's genuine or not.
Okay, well,
but the point is, we haven't seen it. That's what I'm saying.
You can see it, so it's truth, right? He's doing it. He said it. And you can see it, so it's truth, right? To you, that is. Okay, well, that's cool. Like, because I'm trying to understand why.
But when we take Sark, for example.
Okay, there we go. You're about to get there in a second. Okay, cool. Go ahead. I'm giving you the floor. Go ahead. When you take Sarkodia, for example, what we think?
We haven't seen him doing much.
Yeah, well,
if anything.
Let's address this. Where's Sarkodia right now?
He's somewhere abroad.
Okay, so if he's somewhere abroad, can Sarkodia actually leave where he is right now to go to Ghana?
No.
Okay, so if Sarkodia can't leave,
Sarkodia got a team in Ghana.
Hold on. Don't flip this. Don't flip the switch right now. You answer my question.
Yeah.
So
you
if he can't get to where he's supposed to make the relevancy happen, because where's Shatta right now?
Shatta is in Ghana.
Okay, if Shatta is in Ghana, even though it's debatable that what he's doing, because he's putting his own family and friends and whatever in danger anyways by going out there and doing whatever.
Not necessarily.
When the government already says stay home. He
can still observe the 2-meter rule.
Ignoring all stuff.
No, it's not ignoring. There's still the safe distance, measures. It's not like stay home. Ghana's not in a full lockdown. I keep telling you that.
Well, for me, we've discussed this on a different.
The point is, you're still allowed to go out.
Yeah, but the allowing of going out is not throwing concerts where people can.
He didn't bring people to the concert. That's what I'm saying. So you see, the first concert was just an online thing. It was just him.
Okay, cool. So I apologize for that.
What the fuck? What did you think? What, you thought he threw a concert for how many people?
I think you did. What the hell? Because I I'll put this past Satawale because he's that crazy. He's just gonna
Damn, that's Shatta hater right there.
No, it's not about hate. I'm telling you, it's what he can do. Like this guy.
I just told you the guy's been talking about how people can keep safe. And before you look,
no, the prime minister talk about the prime minister. You can
yeah,
talk about how people can keep safe, but he still got coronavirus.
Yeah, but
so
that's not the point.
No, I'm telling you the point.
The point is, Sark doesn't need to be in Ghana to do something. The same way he's out here releasing trucks, dissing people. The same way he's out here granting interviews on Instagram and stuff like that. You could have put on an Instagram page.
But you don't know whether he's doing stuff or not, though. The real reason why you know that.
But we know.
Yeah, the only reason why you know that Shatta is doing stuff is because he's talking about it.
But we know Sark would have talked about it.
No,
Sark always talk about it. But
no, that's not.
Yes, anytime Sark does something, he talks about it.
No, that's not his memo. Now, Sark only talks about the things he wants you to know. He doesn't talk about the things he doesn't want you to know. The difference.
What do you think Shatta is talking about? Things that you want us not to know.
Shatta talks about everything.
The
only thing you could talk about is when Shatta don't want you to know something. It must be something really bad. That's why I keep saying. I mean, the guy's talking about his ex-fiancée or wife doing stuff. I mean, this guy's life is on Instagram. Like we all know. His life is on Instagram.
He's only out here addressing
life is
most
on
people.
Insta.
As a matter of fact, I don't even think most people don't. We know zero about his life than all this other stuff.
Well, anyways,
but anyway, look, we didn't even get to like I said. I think Sark could do probably more.
No, that's what you think.
For the people. That's what I said. That's what I said. I think
I could give a care less about what Sark does and what he doesn't.
I said
I give a care less about what Shatta does and what he doesn't do. But yes, what I do want to talk about it. Not that I really care about it. Is perpetrating this whole thing about the fact that I'm doing this or other people.
No. He didn't. That's not what he was saying. And again, let's situate it. Anyway, what he was saying is this is not the time. At least to him. This is not the time for beefs. This is the time for people to actually,
Okay, and you don't see anything wrong with that. And you don't say anything wrong with that because this is not the time.
I said it's hypocritical.
Hold on, like you dropped.
Yeah, that's why I started the whole conversation. It's hypocritical. The fact that something is hypocritical doesn't change the fact that it's right, though.
Of course it does.
How does it change the fact that it's?
Are you kidding me? Like
the fact that no. The fact that I'm a drug abuser doesn't mean drugs are, me telling you that if you abuse drugs you could get fucked doesn't make it not right. Yes, you could get fucked by
from you.
Yeah,
I think no one's gonna listen to you. No one should listen.
No. You actually said should.
Yeah.
No. It doesn't matter.
And that's what I mean by it does.
No. What I'm saying.
That's what I mean.
No. I'm talking about the truth in what I'm saying.
We already know the truth, Nana.
That's what I'm
saying. We don't need you to tell us the truth.
Well,
we already know the truth.
But I'm not. I'm only addressing.
We already know doing something negative.
I'm only addressing the truth, and what I said, and that's why I said that.
We already know that. But you don't do anything that helps you out, and then go, oh, I think it's bad to be doing something that. But
that's why I said. That's why I said.
Someone else is doing the same thing you are doing. Nah, come on.
Look, I look at the message. I don't look at the messenger. That's the difference.
I think you should look both.
No, because a messenger can be flawed.
This is why.
A messenger can be flawed, but the message cannot at times might not be flawed, and therefore you don't
something about killing the messenger.
Well, yeah, but that's stupid, and that's why they always say don't shoot the messenger. Yeah, but because it's the message. If the message offends you,
that phrase is because the messengers always get shot.
Yeah, because people get offended by the message, and then they look at the messenger. And the point I'm trying to make is you gotta look at the message, not the messenger.
You know what? At this point in time, between Sark and Shatta, those two could do whatever the heck they feel like doing. I really don't care right now. All I care about right now is the fact that, well, first of all, stop giving the kingship to Sarkodia when he doesn't deserve it yet. Because he hasn't done that much to deserve it. There's so much stuff you need to do to be able to call yourself the king
of
music.
And you think Shatta has?
Shatta doesn't deserve it either, to be honest. But I think you can't just...
So what are you going to give it to now?
At the moment...
Based on the artists around now. What are you going to give it to?
At the moment, right?
Well, the throne is going to be empty.
The throne is empty as hell. At the moment, it's an empty throne. Let's not give it to whoever. Nobody deserves it. Because you got to do a lot more to claim you deserve it. Like, you got to do a lot. Like, you have to do a lot. Jay-Z claiming is the best he's ever done. It's one of the best he's ever done. It's not a joke. Like, for a long time, we questioned that guy until we started realizing, hold on, it's true. Biggie and Tupac, there's a reason why we go, wow, you can't just call yourself, like, you can't put yourself in the same category as these people. There's a reason why Prince is Prince. You know, like, yeah, you can't just say you're Prince or you're the same level as Prince. None of these people in the African scene have been on that level yet. I'm sorry. The music genre is still young. Everybody's still figuring it out. And majority of the time, they're getting it extremely wrong anyways. They're getting it wrong. I mean, come on, you don't even know about the music industry. Shatta Wale telling you like the rap hasn't done anything for anybody in Ghana. That's a very stupid statement for an artist that's a part of that. That's a part of the music collection in Ghana. It's a very stupid thing. So you can't give a kingship to that kind of person. Like, it's just not going to work. And Sarkodie just using beef and everything to reignite his own thing. It's like, dude, what you doing? Like, you sack. You don't need all this nonsense. And you want to give kingship to that kind of a guy. Nah. But they do their thing. It's all good. We enjoy it. We love it. We're definitely extremely proud of them, though. Like, we're proud of them because they're pushing the boundaries further. Although that's arguable how they push the boundary, but they're still pushing it. How they're pushing it is arguable, but they're pushing it. Like, I mean, what are you talking about? Like, Sark is still going out there to. I mean, majority of these African artists are still going to America to beg for their hand. Like, please accept us. When we're like, dude, what are you talking about? Accept you? Like, you should be going there going, listen, if you don't know who I am, you should get to know. I mean, you're talking about what? Davido going out there and saying, come and eat our food, come on. Like, nah, shouldn't be doing that. And you want to give kinship to those kind of people. Nah. For me, I love these guys. I love what they do. I love the music genre that's coming out. I love the fact that we can drop tracks. But let's not get it twisted though. There's still a lot of substance that's missing in our genres. We're still not truly talking about what we should be talking about. So for that reason, no, I'm sorry. I could care less about what Sarkodie does. I could care less about what Shatta Wale does. But I'm talking about it, so I guess I do care. I guess I do care. So I guess I'm hypocritical myself right now. Because I'm talking about I don't care, but I'm talking about them for almost about an hour and a half now that we've been talking about these people. So yeah, I mean, let them do whatever. But we need to change the music industry. A lot of us need to educate ourselves about the business out of it. A lot of us need to educate ourselves about what music actually means and what Afrobeat means to us, hip life, whatever genre we do decide to call it. Because I bet we're just giving names for no reason. We don't even understand what the name means. We just give it anyways. Hip life.
Hip life. It makes sense.
This, that. What makes sense in it? Because like R&B is rhythm and blues, right?
Yeah.
Rhythm and blues, and that came from somewhere. Hip hop came from actually hip hopping, like hip hopping and all that kind of stuff.
So if you take, that's what I'm just explaining to you. If you take where hip hop came from, right, and you put,
where did hip hop come from? That's my point.
From the US, anyway.
Yeah, what makes you think? Oh, for us, hip hop come from the US. Why? Why did it come from the US?
What do you mean? Why did it come from?
I'm asking.
I don't know what answer you're expecting from there.
I'm not expecting an answer. I'm expecting you to think about it and give the answer you want.
You can take a general, like for instance, dancehall is a Jamaican thing, right? So if I take dancehall,
why is dancehall a Jamaican thing?
What do you mean? I don't fucking need it. It's irrelevant.
No, it is
no,
relevant.
It's not. It's irrelevant.
Let me tell you why it is relevant. Let me tell you why.
You're gonna let us go into something.
But let me tell you why it's relevant to me though. I'm asking you the questions, and if you wanna basically threw my question out the window and says relevant.
No, because you asked one question and it's like me going, okay, who created man and then who created God? That kind of nonsense. You asked one particular question, I gave you the answer, and then it's like you keep, so that means we're not gonna get anywhere.
You don't understand what I'm doing or the question I'm asking you. I'm saying we need to have these conversations to understand why we just name things whatever it is. So
but I was explaining to why that name
of where the name is. I'm saying, what's the thought that's gone into that? And if the thought is gone into that, like you claim it has, and if I ask you a question like, hold on, hip life, where did hip come from? It come from America. Why did we take it from America? What kind of music were we taking from America? Because there was R&B in America.
Yes. So if you take the rap,
hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. Yeah. There was R&B in America. There was hip hop in America. There is blues. There's jazz. There's all kind of music genre that those kind of people have created for themselves, and have been able to be comfortable in their skin to be able to talk about what they're doing for themselves. Now, if we take that as Africans or as people from Africa and decide to put that into whatever we do. Because we had our own form of music as well. Yeah. We had the Fuji. We had Fuji. We had hip life. We had not hip
high life.
High life. We have high life. We have all kind of stuff. And then if you're going to fuse it as young musicians coming up in the industry, because we had old people. Those people now for old people. Because let's not forget, Fela Kuti toured the world. Okay. This Yoruba, there was Yoruba artists that toured the world that were packing crowds. So this is nothing new for our continent. There have been artists that shaka, whatever they call it. These people packed crowd more than we are packing crowds right now. So it's nothing new going out there. But what was different from those people that were packing crowd in the holding days and we that are packing crowd now is that they were true to themselves. They understood where the stuff
but what
came
makes
from.
you think? But and that's not. You see that, and that's where again,
I'm not saying we're not true to ourselves.
Let me put it this
I'm
way.
saying
The
we
point
need to have a conversation
and
about this sort of stuff.
But that's the point I was trying to make to you. And you didn't, how should I put it? Because you already got your own little corner, and you want to just protect that little corner.
No,
the point is, there was a rap culture in the US, and hip hop was a particular kind of way of doing music, right? If you take that way, if you take that way of doing music, and then high life was a way of doing music in Ghana, right? Where it had a particular kind of strings, it had a particular kind of melody to the chorus. So if you take that rap, and then you add it to that melody. And then because you can't call it hip hop because it's not true hip hop, and you can't call it high life because it's not true high life, and then you combine it and you call it hip life.
I'm gonna give you like a 1 minute crash course on hip hop in America. Okay, hip hop in America. Hold on. Hip hop in America wasn't just hip hop. All right, you got the southern side of doing things. You got the New York way of doing things. You've got the Atlanta way of doing things. They're all hip hop, and they all have their own version of whatever that is.
Of course.
Do you know what I'm saying to you? So when you just take a genre that you call hip hop out of America and you bring it to Africa, you need to know what you're talking about because we don't.
It doesn't matter because you didn't come and call it the same thing. If you came and you said you're doing hip hop, then you say,
but that's what I'm trying to tell you right now. That did we even do that as music lovers? Because when we talk about hip hop in Africa, we don't talk about.
You keep saying hip hop, and I just told you we don't call it. At least in Ghana, we're not calling hip hop. We call it high life, hip life.
No, that's what I'm saying. That came out of something. You should just explain. We took the hip hop in America, whatever they were doing, whatever they call hip hop in America. But I'm saying that part of hip hop you took in America, that was a big area, a big scope of area.
Yeah,
because you had
and you just took a section of it. It's like sampling the music to make a track.
There we go. So when we sampled that music and made a track, what did that mean to us? What did we take out of that? What was it? What was it that we took out? But do we even know that? Because if we did know that, then we would know whether or not to even call it hip hop at all. Because
we keep saying hip hop, we don't call it hip hop.
No, but you don't understand you're not listening to me now. Because if you are, actually, you don't want to have your own little corner because you're not listening to me. I'm listening.
You said we keep calling it hip hop.
I'm not. You don't listen. I didn't say. You said you took hip hop, right? And you fused it with whatever was there.
Yes. And called it different
hip life.
Yeah.
That particular section that you took, what was it? That's the question. That's basically
it was the New York hip hop.
That's my point. So then when you say New York hip hop, then you took a subsection.
Yeah.
Because then that means a person, not a group of people, was a person that introduced this.
Yes,
and
Reggie Rockstone.
And what he introduced was the
New York way of doing things. Yeah.
Why did we take his stuff? Why? Why did we take his one person to go, well, we're going to take whatever Reggie Rockstone said, and then we're going to take that and fuse it to what we have here and call it hip life. Why did we do that?
He did that. Yeah. People, vibed with it, and people gone away with that.
There we go. So therefore,
so what's your problem with that?
I don't have a problem. I'm just saying to you, like, when we talk about this music genre that we've got, I don't think we all understand it. I think we all drinking the Kool-Aid of, you know what? It's Afrobeat. It's whatever it is. Like even Afrobeat, where did that come from? What was it? Do you know what I mean? What was it? Where did that come from? We're not having these conversations where we can talk about the best rappers or the best musicians, the best Afrobeat artists. When we say that, do we even understand what that means? When we say the best Afrobeat artist, what are we using to judge it? What is it? What is it?
It depends on what you want to look at. You can look at instrumentals, you can look at lyrics. Because when we say it's the same as rap, right? When people say somebody is the best rapper, right?
They have the accolades.
What accolades?
I'll tell you what that, because
go on.
They have the way they fuse their lines together. They have what it means to have that. They have the witness. Is he a lyricist? That's why.
As you said, and now we try to break it, and that's why people will go. So when people say, no, because you break it.
Just jump in. Let me finish.
Because if I let you finish, then we're gonna get into something else, and that's where we've ended up here. The question is, when I ask you, okay, let me ask you.
Because now we're getting
because that's what you do it. No, because you bring different things in, and if I let you finish, then we're never gonna address the main point. The main point is, if we say somebody is a best rapper, people will come up with all sorts of bullshit. And that's why some people go, this one is a conscious rapper. This is this is that. But the same way, if you say Afrobeat.
Actually, that's wrong. That's wrong. And I'll tell you why what you're saying is wrong. Because in America, they're not confused. They're not confused at all about what it means to be the best rapper. Especially those that know. Those that don't know, yes, whatever. And those that don't know will tell you Biggie is not the best rapper. Like, oh, it's never been the best that's ever done it. Those that know, like, that's an insult to them. Because those that really know what this music's about and where he came from, they can tell you exactly what it is without even trying to be mistaken about it. We, as so-called Afrobeat lovers or Afrobeat artists or dancehall artists from Ghana, whatever it is, I don't think we know what that means for us. Because when you talk about Shatta, for example, doing dancehall, don't get it twisted. Shatta is dancehall and Beenie Man's dancehall. They're not the same.
Of course, it can't be anyway.
I'm not saying they are. I'm just, like you said, they can't be. Of course, they can't be because it's Ghana.
Yeah, I know it's Jamaica anyway. That's so they'll be rated at different, by different, different standards.
But here's the thing, though. When you're talking about dancehall, Jamaicans are not confused because that's where it came from. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, if you do dancehall in America, for example, Jamaicans know what that means, and they even tell you. Those that know will tell you. Maybe that genre is very protected because they understand what it is. But we, as a nation, as a continent,
we all know what Afrobeat is. You tell me when you hear Afrobeat, Afrobeat track, you don't know what Afrobeat.
What is Afrobeat? I'm asking you because I'm gonna not pretend like I don't know. You tell me when you say we all know what Afrobeat is. Tell me what Afrobeat is from your perspective.
I'll tell you what. An Afrobeat, will give you at least some form of instrument. Some of the instruments will be an African instrument in there somewhere. At least the guitar strings at times will be in there. The kind of thing you're talking about in terms of lyrics and in terms of what the content is. And that's why I always find it funny when people talk about
forget what people talk about. No. You give me So
content. The content is the instrument.
Okay, the instrument, the content. Yeah. That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Well, that's what makes the music anyway.
No, that's not what makes the music. Because what you're talking about right now is in every genre of music. Like, for example, jazz. Jazz is not just the instrument. Jazz is a feeling. It's the instrument. You cannot. I said it's not just the instrument. Okay.
So without the instrument, that's right. So without the instrument, it won't be jazz. You cannot put a punk rock track and then you're right. We've gone into. That's why I keep telling you.
You've gone into something else that is we can dive into because
you don't need to. It's over now. The point I'm trying to make it's irrelevant.
It's extremely relevant.
It's not.
If it's not relevant, I won't be discussing it. It's extremely relevant, and I'll tell you why it's relevant. For me personally, I love this particular creation that we've made.
But you are saying it's nothing. So how is it a creation?
No, I've never said it's.
You just said that. You just said there's nothing that defines it.
No,
nothing defines something.
I just asked you what it means to you. Okay, and you just told me right now. For you,
and you said it can be anything based on what I said.
No, I didn't say that. You don't listen to me. No, you don't listen to me. I didn't say.
I just start playing back stuff to you.
Yeah, you should.
Because it seems like as a matter of fact, I'm gonna use my phone and I record you and then I just play that back to you straight away.
What you're trying to do is catch me out.
I'm not trying to catch you out. That's irrelevant.
What you basically said is. The instrument that's being used.
The type of instrument.
The instrument that's being used, which is the type of instrument that lets you know. That's what you said.
Yeah, right? And then the content
also
will tell
the content
me. Yeah, we'll tell you.
And I'm telling you, the content and the instrument, right? That goes across all board, and that right now is a big conversation in all genres because now music as a whole is being fused into different things. Okay, instruments are being used. I mean, you find a bongo being used in hip hop. Right, you will find a jazz trumpet being used, a jazz sound being used in hip hop. But those that know hip hop would tell you, listen, that is hip hop on this, that is hip hop on that, or that's a rapper rapping on this. Can we do that with Afrobeat?
Yes, because if the fundamental, that's what I'm saying, all that you're talking about, if the fundamentals of a genre is on there,
let me tell you about it.
Then it's fine. If it's not, then it's a whole different thing we're talking about.
That's your definition of Afrobeat, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the public's definition of Afrobeat. Because
what do you think the public's definition of Afrobeat is?
It's not, for me, if I tell you what Afrobeat is right now, you'll be shocked. Because for me, Afrobeat is Fela Kuti. Right? Afrobeat is
Fela is a person. It's not music. So I don't know what I mean by that.
We can break it down, but I'm just saying, like, if you understand that, then maybe you should go back and listen to Fela Kuti and the instruments that you're talking about. You will see in there. Because the instrument nowadays in Afrobeat, like, what? What do you mean the instrument? There will be some form of instrument in there, but it's being fused by so many. Like, you can hear an Afrobeat song right now, and like you would hear Jamaican sound in there. You would hear an hip hop sound in there. You would hear a whole kind of stuff that's been mixed together and meshed into something that we now recognize as Afrobeat.
The point
but it doesn't have an original sound.
Music evolves, and when it evolves, the fundamentals is what. No, I'm not changing it. The fundamentals is what I'm talking about.
Now you changing. What's the fundamentals?
I'm not. And I just told you the fundamental, which is the instrument
what's the
and
instrument?
the content.
Break it down for me. What's the instrument in Afrobeat?
You know what? No, because I said I'll be here and then I'll spend 3 hours talking about something, and we keep jumping. So we've gone from
we're not
X,
jumping.
and we go to Y, and we go, and there's 27 alphabets. And by the time we finish,
let me tell you why you think we're jumping. I said something very simple. And I'm going to say it back again. I think, as a whole, we all need to sit down and understand what this is before you can start giving kings and queens and whatever label to people that are doing this stuff. Because as a whole, in general, I think a lot of us don't even understand this stuff. So whatever you're using as an attribute to go, this is the person that owns this thing, it's like, wait, that's your own idea of it. Because another person can come in and go, well, I think this and that and the other. And it's true, but in some genres, right? Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay, go
it's not what I think it is or you think it is. We have something that we know is exactly what it is. So if we look at an artist or a person doing that particular area of what we consider what it is, now my feelings is about this person is good. Your feelings maybe this person is bad. But when we look at those attributes that we have, we can't ignore whether the person have it or not. Whether I like the person or you don't like the person. We can't ignore that. But in Afrobeat right now, I don't think we can say that. I think your definition of what this person will have is different from my definition of what this person will have. Because as a genre, we still haven't had the real conversations yet. We still haven't. And if you dispute that with me, then it's you shifting the goalposts. Because I'm not. That's all I'm saying. And it's you having a different conversation.
No, would you say Stonebwoy does Afrobeat?
No, I think Stonebwoy.
Why would you say that?
Because Jamaican is close to what Stonebwoy does is close to what Jamaicans do.
Nah. Hold on. Would you say Davido does in Afrobeat?
Hold on. No, you're making my point. No. I'm sticking to the Stonebwoy stuff. You're making my point for me.
Nobody says Stonebwoy is an Afrobeat artist.
No, but you're making my point for me. I'm not saying Stonebwoy. I just told you he's a dancehall artist. I'm not saying he is. But you're making my point for me.
Which is what?
Stonebwoy is doing what Jamaicans do. Right? Dancehall. But Stonebwoy is not Jamaican.
That's not the point.
Yeah, it is.
You see, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna go to another thing. The point I was trying to make to you are saying when it comes to definition
you
of
want me to tell you what you want me to tell you.
No,
you asked me a question and I'm telling you what the answer to your
you already answered the question. So what's
the reason why I answered that
I don't need your reason. I just wanted your answer.
So now you want me to tell you?
No, I asked you a question. It's like I've asked you where you going. I'm going to buy bread. That's all I needed to know. And then, I need to go buy bread because I'm hungry and I need to eat to survive. And then I have to shit and I need to need that. I don't need all that information. I only wanted to know where you wanted to go. No, I'm not.
If you want us to trivialize it, I can do that also.
I'm asking you simple questions, and that's why I said
wrap up
because
simple.
I said we'll be here for 2 hours, going on from A to Z.
It doesn't matter.
It matters because
don't be emotional about it. It's just
I'm not emotional. It just
you want to wrap up because you're emotional about it.
No,
we have a conversation and I'm telling you
because it then becomes a pain for my black guys to go edit, and I don't want to do that because. Because I don't want to do that.
Well, you don't want to tell the audience how authentic this should be because you want to edit something out. So you
because I don't. As I said, I don't think I know it's clear. That's why and that's the point I was trying to make to you. And that's why I asked you if you listen to Stonebwoy's music, you already know it's not Afrobeat. If you listen to somebody like Wizkid, you already know what kind of music he's doing.
So
if you listen to different people,
but Stonebwoy is not. Davido is Afrobeat, but Shatta is not. Sarkodia is Afrobeat because what? He raps on Afrobeat song. Because Sarkodia is a rapper. And you're not going to call him an Afrobeat artist?
Sark is
you're not going to call Emma an Afrobeat artist?
Emma is not an Afrobeat artist. Who calls Emma an Afrobeat artist?
He is an Afrobeat artist. Emma, have you heard Emma's album?
The fact that what's it called?
So who does Afrobeat?
Snoop did, a reggae album. Don't make Snoop a reggae artist. He did a reggae album. He did a gospel album. He's not a gospel musician. as you said, Sark is a rapper. At best, Sark is a hip life artist. Sark is not an Afrobeat artist.
So when Sark does a song,
he went
like okay.
It's like
so,
what Kanye did in the Royal Albert Hall with the orchestra.
Let's not go to international.
Kanye is not doing classical music.
Let's not go to the international artists. Let's bring it back home and express our feelings based on our genres back home. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you the question. Okay. When Sark did a track,
that is the last I'm gonna say because I know you want to drag this on. So I'm gonna say the last. Whatever you do, I'll do the last, and then you could talk as much as you want. No, I'm gonna answer your question. No, I'm telling you that. I'm saying I'm gonna answer your question, and then after that, that's my
because I see you getting emotional over this. I see you getting emotional.
Go on.
I'm just having a conversation, bro. I'm not trying. That's all I'm doing. I don't know what you are.
The conversation ended a long time ago. So go on.
It didn't end a long time ago because I'm not talking to myself. What are you talking about? It's fine,
ask your question.
It's fine. It's cool. I get it. Like you know, for you, there's Afrobeat. There's all kind of genres in Africa. There's hip life, there's Afrobeats.
There are people doing all sorts of shit.
Cool. But
the fact that once in a while they might jump on a track with another person and do different things, for me, it doesn't matter.
Personally, now this is me speaking personally. For me, I think the business side of this stuff is not being looked into because we don't even understand what we're doing as a whole in terms of artists, business management, and all that kind of stuff. For example, we don't even have A&R, for example. We don't have artist development. Why? Because we don't even understand what this is. If you understood what this is, then it's like when you look at the Koreans, right? They have K-pop. K-pop for them is like they don't understand it, so they manufacture it. It's a manufactured thing because K-pop is some 5 years old boy or girl jumping into it, and then they groom them till they're 16 and make them release tracks. And guess what? K-pop as a genre, it's not even written. The song is written in K-pop. It's not even, most of the time, it's never people in Korea that write it. It's people outside the country. But they know what it is, so they do it based on that. They will tell you that's not K-pop. They can honestly tell you that. They'll tell you, no, you're doing something, but that's not K-pop. Because they understand what it is. They understand what it is for themselves. But us, as a continent that's doing this lovely thing that we are doing, I don't even think we understand it to be able to understand the business out of it, to be able to understand how to maximize and do things efficiently. We don't. We really don't. But it's fine because you know what? For me, I appreciate it and I understand it. And I know for us, it's something that helps us produce people like Patapar. Okay? And that's great for him because it changes his life. It really does. As much as we might say crap about it, dude, because I say a lot of stuff about I do. But something I can't ignore is the fact that he produced One Corner, which is like that song. If you're going through a lot of crazy nonsense and hit one corner, you're probably going to jump up and forget that for a second. That you're going through a lot of crazy nonsense. So he does that for people like that and does it for people like us. But let's not, for me, my opinion, let's not get it twisted and think we know this stuff. We don't. If we really want to do, we should sit down and understand it. Maybe then we can push the government to get involved and start pushing money into this stuff. Because this thing is generating money. It could generate jobs. It could transcend and make people like Shatta put his SM movement to good use. or Snack Nations, like what is putting it to good use. But because we don't understand this stuff fully and understand the power of what we've got, we tend to trivialize and have conversations like me and you are having right now, where it's like, yeah, people are benefiting and have people like Shatta sitting on Instagram saying rap didn't do anything for the nation. Like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. And I get it. I get it because for you, it's just that. You go into the studio and you make a song and the public loves it, which is what's happening. I mean, we don't even talk about royalties for crying out loud. There's so many things we're not talking about because we're too excited about what it is that we're doing because we don't fully understand it. We can't sit down and understand and sit down and look at every single aspect of this stuff. We don't talk about artist development. We don't talk about producers. We don't even talk about people that make music videos and how to make it. That's all I'm saying. That's it. I'm not talking about the fact that these guys are good or bad or whatever. I'm just talking about be careful when you label things and give them king of this.
Now let me also say my piece.
Yeah, you can. And I'm done. I'm not going to say anything.
It's fine.
You can say yours now.
Look, talking about royalties, for instance, like in Ghana, there's Gamro that actually takes royalties and pay these artists. Now, you could argue whether the royalties that they get is what's that thing called? is reflective of what they should be getting, that's a different conversation. Now,
Not
too,
really,
we're
but
talking.
okay. Not really, but okay.
We're talking about artist development and stuff like that. Links Entertainment, where Kiddy and Kwame Eugene came from. People do forget these people were taken off a TV competition, show. They got groomed by Richie for 3 fucking years. 3 years before they actually came out. And when they came out and they dropped their album, now Kwame Eugene goes everywhere and goes, they call me Eugene. And Kiddy is actually banging girls out here like, he's nobody's business.
You said that like it's a bad thing. The artist, what are they supposed to be doing?
That's not the point I'm trying to make is, somebody took them, and not only that, took the time, invested in them, and got them to where they needed to be. Now,
We're not a company, somebody.
yeah, Links Entertainment is a company. It's Richie.
Yeah, but I'll be like, I don't want to interrupt you. Yeah, 'cause I see what you're doing.
Miss V,
Well,
Assem.
I see what you did.
Now,
I'm not going to interrupt you. I'm going to let you keep going because it sounds interesting. Because I like when you're just picking pockets. Go on.
Now, you take, what's it called? Rough Records, right? Owned by Bullet. Bullet took Ebony from nowhere. Not only did Bullet write songs for her, Bullet went out of his way, get producers and all those kinds, and he did that. Boom. Ebony was a hit. It took Wendy Shea. People do forget. Wendy Shea was a nurse in Germany. Took Wendy Shea.
Brought company.
No, again, Rough Records is a company. I'm just giving you the guy behind the company.
Yeah, but again, individual, not a collective.
How's it?
But
I'm giving you 2 record labels. It's like me saying, if I say something about Def Jam and then I'm talking about the father, Wiles and what's his name? Wiles.
Actually,
the fuck guy's name
I
anyway.
don't even know why.
What's Jay-Z's partner? Dem Dash. So I'm talking about Dash, bringing people into when he was, actually, when he was working in Def Jam, and because Dash, I said Dash brought this person into Def Jam, blah blah. That's not point. The point is,
Dash didn't work for Def Jam.
He did.
No, he didn't work in Def Jam. It was in partnership with Def Jam, yeah, but it didn't work for.
That's what he wants to claim. He worked for Def Jam. Def Jam signed his checks. Let's not go into that. That's why I keep saying like we go from A to Z and it becomes another thing.
These things. I'm going from A to Z. You're the one doing it.
I was giving you an example of when Damon Dash was in partnership, in quotes, if you could see my fingers, with Def Jam, and he was bringing people like people into the place, and then doing records with them, and you're saying like, oh, that's an individual. I'm talking about Rough Records is a company. Links Entertainment is a company. They took people, and I said they went like
What's the biggest record label in Ghana?
The biggest record label I know. The fact I don't know because I'm not interested anyway.
No.
If I'm interested, I'll find out.
You don't have to find out. This is my point. But
if you ask me the biggest record label in the UK, I don't know. I probably might suggest that it might be Universal Records, but it probably might not be true. And I don't even know whether Universal has got a thing here or not.
So I'll refer.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
What's one of the biggest record labels?
Like I said, you said you're not going to talk.
What's one of the biggest record labels in Ghana?
One of the biggest would probably be Links. Links Entertainment to be one of the biggest because they got like about 7 artists. So I'll say they'll probably be. And most of the artists are hip, although they've lost one of their biggest money earners. She claims, she had depression, but that's a different ballgame, and she thought she was being screwed. Again, that's a different thing. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Like, let me just say what I'm saying. Yeah. I said, I shut up. You said yours. Let me say mine.
Yeah.
Point is, Rough Records went all the way to Germany, took a nurse, in Wendy Shea.
You can't say that like that. Took a nurse.
She was a nurse.
Well, somebody else, she has to be doing something before she becomes an artist.
Yeah, but so I only stated the fact.
Okay, fine. Yeah, she was a nurse. I don't know why that's relevant, but okay, cool.
What do you mean?
Like Kiddy and Eugene, they were something. They were going to school, right?
I don't know what the fuck they were doing. I don't know. Exactly. I knew they were in a competition.
Well, you seem
to
know what this one did.
Yes, it just so happens that I know this. That's all. I don't know what everybody used to do before,
Exactly, but that's not relevant.
But I know Kaki was in nursing training and she failed her exams and then she went back to do it and now she's no longer a worker. Like there's certain people I happen to know certain things about. That's all.
Yeah, well, I don't know why that's relevant to what you were saying. That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm trying to say that I'm trying to say she already was living somewhere. She already had a career path that she already have carved for herself. That's the point I was trying to make it. That's not the point. She was not a musician. That's what I'm driving at. Exactly. I don't care about the fact that she was a celebrity or not. The point I'm trying to make is she already thought she was going to be helping people in the hospitals. She didn't know she was going to be in people's ears and people's eyes, giving them music for them to love. And that's thanks to Bullet.
Actually, I think she did.
On top of that,
she
Bullet was
didn't
able.
become talented overnight. She was growing to be a talented person.
No, somebody
This
no,
person saw the opportunity.
no,
Like,
somebody actually
you have
took.
skills that you could put
Trust
to good
me.
use. So come over here.
Trust me, yeah. There's Emilia Brobe, who's an actress, the one that people claim that she came here to steal. She started to have a music career. Her first track, everybody knew how terrible it was.
Because she wasn't
Bullet,
talented.
Of course, but Bullet was able to take her, groom her a bit, write a good song for her. In the second track, Train Wendy Shea in there. The second track was
what's your
better.
point?
The point I'm trying to make.
Because like you losing me right now.
Well, because you keep throwing me as making a point.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is when you talk about, what in quotes a successful formula is, or whether it's in
formula. I wasn't saying formula, but okay, cool. Yeah.
whether it's in Afrobeat, hip life,
Yeah.
or whatever kind of music genres that these different people are doing.
Yeah.
Because some of them do different things, even though they might be under the same record label, they might do different things.
Yep,
And the point I'm trying to make is, and I was just using these two as an example. You take Lynx or you take Rough Records, they're able to take artists, not just roll them out straight away. They're able to take them behind the scenes, do a lot of things with them, get them the right producers and the right things. And then eventually, whether it takes a year, 2 or 3, some of them have been sitting around for, as a matter of fact, one of them goes so mad after 4 years that, he takes the record labels, he went out, released his own track, and it's trash anyway. But that's a different ballgame. And then they bring these artists out, and we've seen the success some of these artists have, or artists a lot of them have. So there still seems to be a way to do things. Now, can it be perfected or can it be finessed? Can it be tweaked? Can it be, done better? Probably. It could be. On top of that,
I feel like what you're saying is to basically go towards what I'm saying. I'm saying this is what it is.
No.
I feel like that's what you're saying, but you trivializing it, and you really are.
All I'm trying to say,
absolutely really are. But I see what you did there. I really did.
This guy won't let me talk.
I'm letting you know. I'm just saying I can see what you're doing because I finally get your point. It's artist development. That's where basically you're going at. There's artist development. If people have developed artists, but that's a lie. But that's a lie. But there's also royalties, right? Because there's another company that did royalties and stuff like that. You also know that's a lie.
How is it a lie?
Because most of the stuff you're talking about, right?
Is Kidino an artist out here now? Is Kwame Eugene not an artist?
We just went back and forth about what Afrobeat meant and all that.
No, I'm not.
So,
you said an artist, and that's why I said they might be doing.
You asked me a question. I just want to answer your question. We just went back and forth about what Afrobeat is and all that kind of stuff. So I guess now when I answer your question, it's going to lead to something else because for me, of course, they are artists, but. And now I'm going to want to explain to you what I mean by what I said earlier, but you're going to go, no, we shifted and go post or whatever. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying, I see what you're doing. I can see you. I see you coming from a mile away. I see that. Because what you're doing right now is basically pointing out people that are doing stuff in the music industry that we so-called Afrobeat are basically looking into and saying, this is what the industry is. But even you know, whether you like to admit it or not, which I probably think you're not going to admit, that there's nothing here. Like, for example, how do we sell records? What's the formula to dropping an album? Can anyone give us that clear call? Like, the record labels, when you walk into the record label, how much are they signing? Like, for me, when I dived into it a bit, I realized that most of these record labels that you're talking about, they're doing a lot of crazy things with artists. Like they tying them down, like they're doing a 360 deal that is literally rapery. They're raping artists out here, and it shouldn't even be allowed. But because the industry is just what it is, and people just everybody's excited about just being on a music video. That
but you see, this why I keep saying. But that's why I keep saying.
And that's what I mean by the business side.
That's why I keep saying we end up having another conversation.
Like I said, I see what
it'll be another thing. I see.
And that's why I'm not doing it. I'm just saying I see what you did. I see what you did.
Because it's not like we're not out here when what's the name? What those people? Don't go chasing waterfalls. TLC. I hear when TLC were moaning about the fact that So if you have a bad business sense and you go raped by a record label, that's your problem. The point I'm trying to make. You had your say. You had your say. Let me have my say. You had your say. Let me have my say. And then you could wrap up and then we can get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I'm trying to say my shit and then I could
wrap up. Wrap up, okay?
Mic check, 1 2.
You could do the honors. Because I see what you're doing. I really do. You can do the honors. Go ahead, wrap up.
Oh Lord, look. Does the music, industry have its problems? It does. Tons of it. Tons of problems. Tons of problems. Could it be better? Of course it can be better. Even have women cheating on it.
You even have an industry. That's the thing. You call it music industry. Is it even an industry?
This guy, when it comes to music, this guy wants to talk to forever. So you find ways to say shit, and then we'll drag on and all this kind of stuff. But the point is,
you don't have to listen to me though. That's
what? Because then don't say shit.
I could, but you don't have to listen to me though. Wrap up, guys. Do you think?
All right, people. Look, thanks for joining us. If you got up to this point,
you know what, people? Let me tell you something. I finally broke Nana. I finally broke the guy, and the guy right now is broken. So up until next time, thank you so much for joining us. Peace. Oh, boy, that was interesting.